Good morning, students. Today we will discuss important questions of exercise 9.2. As we have now doing chapter sequence series, in this exercise, few questions which are so important, we will discuss those questions. You have to just open the NCERT, read the statement along with me. Here is the question number third first. Question number third, we will discuss first. What is the question number third? In an AP, the first term, first term is given to you 2, and the sum of the first 5 terms is 1/4 of the next 5 terms. Show that 20th term is minus 112. Now I have written here, first term is 2, and sum of first 5 terms is equal to 1/4 of sum of next 5 terms. It means what? Suppose from A1 to A5, this is S5, and from A1 to A10, it is S10. Then what will be the sum from A5 to A10? That will be equal to total S10 minus S of 5 terms. It means I can write it like this. S of 5 will be equal to 1/4 of S10 minus S5. S10 minus S5 means sum from A5 to A10. Total minus first 5 terms sum. Now you can solve it. It is S5 is equal to 1/4 of S10 minus S5. Take this 4 to the left hand side. It becomes 4 times of S5 is equal to S10 minus S5. Now you can simplify it. Transpose this S5 to the left hand side. It becomes 5 times of S5 is equal to S10. Now put the sum formula for 10 terms and for 5 terms. 5 by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 means 5 minus 1 into d, 4d. And here is n by 2, 2a plus 9d. 10 minus 1 means 9d. Now simplify it. You are getting the value of d, that is equal to minus 6. If d is minus 6, look at here. If d is minus 6, then you have to find out the 20th term. A20, A plus 19D. As you know, A is 2 and D is minus 6. Put the value, you will get 2 minus 114, that is minus 112. This is you have to prove. Now this is the answer of the question number 3rd. Now come to the question number 5. In the question number 5, read the statement of question number 5. That is, if an AP is if in an AP, if pth term is 1 upon q, pth term, I have written here, pth term is equal to 1 upon q, and qth term is equal to 1 upon p, and you have to prove that sum of the first pq term is half of pq plus 1, where p is not equal to q. Now these two equations are given to you. You have to simplify them, subtract these equations. You are getting this a minus a comes out equal to 0. Let's do it like this. Okay. A minus a will be equal to 0. These are cancelled. And when you subtract these two terms, it means you have to take d outside. P minus 1 minus of p minus 1 means minus p minus q plus 1. Minus 1 and 1 both are cancelled. P minus q in the left hand side. In right hand side, 1 upon q minus 1 upon p, and taking LCM, pq and p minus q cancelled with this p minus q. What you are getting? D is equal to 1 upon pq. Now if D is equal to 1 upon pq, then put the value of D in the any of the equation which are above written. A plus p minus 1 up into D. D means 1 upon pq. Simplify it, you're getting A is equal to PQ. A is equal to 1 upon PQ. A is written here. This is the value of A. A is equal to 1 upon PQ and D is equal to 1 upon PQ. Both are equal to 1 upon PQ. Now you want to get the sum of terms which are PQ terms. Sum of PQ terms. It means PQ upon 2. N by 2. Sn is what? N by 2. It means S of PQ means what? PQ upon 2. 2A plus PQ means N is replaced by PQ minus 1 into D. Now put the value of D, put the value of A and simplify it. You will get half of PQ plus 1. If you want to simplify it, do the simplification you're on. Just put the value of A and D, which are given above. A and D are given, put the values and simplify this whole statement. You will get the value of SPQ, that is half of PQ plus 1. Now come to the question number 10. Question number 10 statement is, if sum of first P terms of an AP is equal to the sum of first Q terms, then the sum of the first P plus Q terms you have to find out. Okay. Now sum of P terms is given, sum of Q terms is given here. I have written here. Yes. Sum of P terms means P upon 2 into 2A plus P minus 1 into D. Sum of Q terms means SQ is equal to Q by 2 into 2A plus Q minus 1 into D. Both are equal according to the question. Question statement said that SP is equal to SQ. Yes, same. Write them equal. Cancel 2 by 2 and multiplying by P to the left hand side and by Q in a right hand side. You are getting the statement 2AP plus PD into P minus 1, 2AQ plus QD into Q minus 1. Now collect the terms to the left hand side, all terms, and put right hand side equal to 0. 2AP and 2AQ when collected, to take common 2A, that is P minus Q, and take common D from this term and QD into Q minus 1. What you are getting? P into P minus 1 minus Q into Q minus 1, that is equal to 0. Now for the factorization, collect the terms. First of all, multiplying by P square minus P. This is Q square minus Q and equal to 0. P square minus Q square in first group, and in second group take minus sign common and put P minus Q in the bracket. Now this is A square minus P square formula. A plus B, A minus B. So you can write P plus Q into P minus Q. From whole statement, you can take common P minus Q because every term is having P minus Q. What is left here? 2A plus D into P plus Q minus 1 equal to 0. Now further it is, you can simplify it. P minus Q is not equal to 0, but 2A plus D P into P plus Q minus 1 equal to 0. You can find out the value of D from here. You can do like this. You can simplify it by doing the question like this. This statement put equal to 0. 2A plus D into P plus Q minus 1 equal to 0 because P minus Q is not equal to 0. Now from here you can collect the value D equal to minus 2A. Take this to the right hand side upon P plus Q minus 1. Now the value of D is minus 2A upon P plus Q minus 1. Now you want to find out S sum of P plus Q terms. So P plus Q upon 2, 2A plus N minus 1. What is N? P plus Q minus 1 into D. Now put the value of D here. That is minus 2A upon P plus Q minus 1. This whole is cancelled by this P plus Q minus 1. Only minus 2A is left. This 2A minus 2A cancelled. 0 into any number, that is equal to 0. It means sum of P plus Q terms will be equal to 0. Come to the next question. That is question number 11. I am just giving the hint of that question. You will simplify your own this question. Here it is written, sum of p terms. Sum of p terms means p by 2 into 2. A1 is the first term. 2a1 plus p minus 1 into d is equal to, it is given a. SQ is equal to sum of q terms is equal to b. Sum of r terms is equal to c. It is given. Now you can rewrite the statement as p like this: 2a1 plus p minus 1 into d. Shift this p upon 2 to the right hand side. You will get 2a upon p. In the second case, it comes out 2b upon q. And in the third case, it is 2c upon r. Now you have to prove the statement this a upon p into q minus r and this whole statement equal to 0. Now what is the requirement? You have the value of 2a upon p. Then you have to multiply all the terms by 2. Right hand side as it is, it becomes 2 into 0, it will be 0. Multiplying by 2 in a left hand side, and take left hand side, put the value of 2a upon p from here. 2b upon q, 2c upon r, put the values here and simplify. You will get the answer 0. Like this, I will show you. Like this, you can, this one, right, like this one. I have written multiplying by 2. This is multiplying. Multiply by 2. Okay. Now 2a upon p means what? This is 2a1 plus p minus 1 into d. And this whole statement is multiplied by q minus r plus sign. Next statement is 2a1 plus q minus 1 into d, and this is multiplied by r minus p. This one, this one. Now 2c upon r is what? 2a1 plus r minus 1 into d, and this whole is multiplied by p minus q. Now this is the left hand side. You have to take left hand side. Now multiply these two, and these two. What you will get? You will get lot of terms and all are cancelled, and you will get equal to 0, right hand side. Now do this simplification your own. Now next is question number 12. Now read the question number 12. That is, question is, the ratio of the sum of mth and nth terms of an AP is m square upon n square. M terms, sum of the m terms and sum of the n terms. I have written here sum of the m terms, sum of m terms, and sum of n terms. M by 2 into 2a plus m minus 1 into d. For n terms, for n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is equal to m square upon n square. I have cancelled m by this m and n by this n, and 2 by 2 this. What you are getting? 2a plus m minus 1 into d upon 2a plus n minus 1 into d, that is equal to m upon n. You can cross multiply these two statements. What you will get? D is equal to 2a. When you get D is equal to 2a, prove that part you can solve. In the prove that part, you have to show the ratio of the mth and nth terms. It means what? Given is sum of the m and n terms, and you have to go for a proof for this for the terms ratio, mth term ratio and nth term ratio. You have to simplify this. First of all, cross multiplication take place. D will be equal to 2a. Now write down mth term, that is a plus m minus 1 into d, nth term a plus n minus 1 into d. From previous step, you have to take the value of d, that is 2a. Put that value d 2a in this statement, but you will get a plus m minus 1 into 2a upon a plus n minus 1 into 2a. Multiply this by this 2a, you will get this statement, and 2a minus 2a and a are solved. 2am minus a, 2an minus a, and take a common from the numerator and denominator. What you will get? Ratio of the terms, mth and nth terms, is equal to 2m minus 1 upon 2n minus 1. This is the this here is the answer which you are required to prove. Hence proof. Okay. Now come to the question number 15. In the 15th question, if a to the power n plus b to the power n upon a to the power n minus 1 plus b to the power n minus 1 is the arithmetic mean of two numbers a and b, then find the value of n. If this statement is the arithmetical mean, I have told you what is the meaning of arithmetical mean in the previous lecture. Arithmetic mean of two numbers, I have told you that is equal to arithmetic mean is equal to this one, a plus b by 2. That's why it is in that a plus b by 2. Now cross multiplication take place, multiplying by 2 to this statement and by a plus b to this statement. What you will get? And transpose, you will get this line, this statement. Transpose a to the power to the left hand side, b to the power to the left hand side, you will get the statement this one. Now for the further simplification, you have to collect the terms a to the power n terms and minimum of this a to the power this one. Both terms collected to the left hand side, other two collected to the right hand side. Let's see. Now take common in left hand side a to the power n minus 1, you will get a minus b left. And b to the power n minus 1 common from the right hand side, you will get a minus b left. These two are cancelled. Now it is equal to a to the power n minus 1 equal to b to the power n minus 1. When you shift this statement to the left hand side, 1 is left here. Requirement of the question is what? But whenever you having any number having power 0, you are getting answer equal to 1, because you have to compare the powers in this case. So that's why 1 can be written as a plus b whole power 0. Here it is a upon b to the power n minus 1 in the left hand side, and 1 can be written as a plus a upon b whole power 0. So what? When bases are equal, power should be equal. So what? N is equal to 1. The value will be equal to 1. It is written. Now come to the next question number 16. As it is, read the statement. Between 1 and 31, m numbers have been inserted in such a way the resulting sequence is an EP. It means what? In between 1 and 31, m arithmetical means are inserted. Then you have to find out the value of m. Now how to do the question? In between 1 and 31, you are inserting m terms. M terms are inserted, m plus 1 and m plus 2. Total terms will be m plus 2. Including 1 and 31, if you are counting number of terms, there are number of terms equal to m plus 2 terms. It means 31 is the m plus 2th term. M plus 2th term is a plus, if it is n, so it means n minus 1. If here is m plus 2, it means m plus 2 minus 1 into d is equal to 31. Find the value of d from here. You will get d will be equal to 30 upon m plus 1. Now next is written 7th and m minus 1th term. 7th and m minus 1th terms ratio is given 5 upon 9. If you are talking about mth term, it means I'm talking about the mth arithmetical mean which is inserted. It means arithmetical mean, first arithmetical mean is what? A1 will be equal to a plus d. A2 is equal to a plus 2d. Then for arithmetical mean which is a7, then it will be a plus 7d, and a plus m minus 1 into d is the m minus 1th term. Now put the value of d, that is 30 upon m plus 1. We have calculated already. Now simplify it. Now after simplification, cross multiplication take place. Cross multiplication take place. First of all, take the LCM here. M plus 1 is the LCM. Numerator and denominator both. Denominator, both LCMs are cancelled. What you will left? This one is the left statement. Cross multiplication take place. 146m is equal to 2044. You will get. And this is the what? This is m is equal to 14. The value of m will be equal to 14. Do your own. Simplification you can do your own. Now question number 17. Word problem is there. It's a very easy question, but I have solved it just for you because words problem is given to you. A man starts repaying a loan as first installment of rupees 100. If he increases the installment by rupees 5 every month, what amount he will pay in the 30th installment? It means A is given. I have to just right. A is given 100, D is 5. It means sequence will be 100, 105, 110, and you have to calculate it 30th installment. It means 30th term you have to calculate it. A plus 29D, put the value of A and D, you will get answer, that is 245. That's a very important question. Number 18, read the statement. The difference between any two consecutive interior angles of a polynomial is polygon is 5 degree, and if the smallest angle is 120 degree, find the number of the sides of the polygon. Okay, it means A is given 120 and D is given 5. In this question, you have to remember the geometry of the polygons, where some of the angles of the polygons we have studied in class 10th, that is equal to in 7th, 8th also. 180 times of n minus 2. When you apply this formula, you will get the sum of angles of the polygon. If you put, suppose here is a triangle, number of sides will be 3, 3 minus 2, that is 1. 1 into 180, that is 180. If suppose polygon is quadrilateral, it means number of sides are 4. 4 minus 2, that is 2, 2 into 180, that is 360. It means this is a way to calculate the sum of angles of the polygon. But by using the AP, you can apply the formula n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d to get the sum. So here suppose number of sides are n, then here also in the previous question, previous line, n is what? Number of sides. Here is also n is number of sides. I have written here polygon has n sides. Now sum formula of the AP and these two formula, geometry formula and AP formula, both will give the answer same. These are the two ways to calculate the sum of the angles of the polygon. If we calculate it from these, applying these two formula, you will get the same answer. It means you can equate them like this. You can equate them. 1 will be equal to 2. Put those formula equal. Now here A value will be 120 and D is 5. Put the value of A 120 and D is equal to 5. You will get a quadratic in the n. 5n square minus 125n plus 720 equal to 0. You can take 5 common from this quadratic. You will get n square minus 25n plus 144 equal to 0. Now factors are 16 and 9. So n minus 16 and n minus 9 equal to 0. So what? From here, either n minus 9 will be equal to 0 or n minus 16 equal to 0. When you put, you will get the value n is equal to 9 or n is equal to 16. N is equal to 16 is the rejected value. Why it is rejected? Because when you get a 16th term of this sequence, that will be greater than 180, that which is not true. When you get a 9, you will get less than 180 angle. So if you want polygon, then it is the must condition that the value of the angle will be less than 180. If it is greater than 180, then it is the rejected value. For n is equal to 16, you will get the rejected case. So do the exercise 9.2. I have just done lot of questions for you. Left questions you have to do your own. If there is any query, you can send me in a comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.